Right there, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Episode 14, baby, and E3 predictions will be the highlights, as well as other random news that's been popping off. Like, subscribe, comment, notification bell. Make sure you hit that because then you'll know exactly when we go live. Friday, 7:30 p.m. And just going on from there. Sharon is Karen. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing to our channel. We try to bring news, rants, and in our opinion type of segments in the easier, digestive way to make sure you guys understand the news. You see what I'm saying? And right now he's in his zone, as you can tell. Yeah, there you go. Smile. Okay. So, look at that. So we need to get hooked up and get nourished with our foodies, and one bag was missing. So, all right. So good. Okay, cool.
I don't know what this is. But I don't know.
Oh, that could. So what am I eating?
What is that?
We're getting confused, people. Okay, here you go. Here you go. Try that. All right. Yeah. Distributing the wealth. Gonna figure this out. So, E3 predictions.
No, don't you want to
It
start
starts.
with your little story?
Yeah, but I'm gonna
Okay.
go into that.
Okay.
So, E3 technically starts tomorrow, June 12th. With what showcase coming up now?
Well, starting tomorrow is going to be Ubisoft.
Bring the mic closer to you.
Starting tomorrow is going to be Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
That's going to start tomorrow. I believe it's around 3 o'clock.
Okay.
And I think that's it for major ones tomorrow.
And EA is not going to show up, huh?
It's going to be next month. They're going to do
Next
their
month?
little EA. What's it, EA Play? Or whatever
EA
it's called?
Play.
They're
July,
gonna do
right?
that July 11th, I want to say.
Sad.
I know.
They
Well,
are
it's
the
EA.
probably the most hated company, but like, I'm looking forward to more Battlefield 6, which brings us to we almost dropped. Which brings us to Xbox and their expo that they're going to actually show off some of Battlefield 6.
At least from what they said. We'll see.
At least from what they said. Now, the thing is, and we're going to try to get into this first, and let me bring up the actual picture here so we can just talk about what is going down with this thingamajiggy right here, which is, it's a small little screen. I should have fixed that before I put it up. Game Pass. Game Pass Ultimate in particular. And sort of breaking news, and pretty much what happened was before E3, before the E3 event conference, which is going to start for Xbox and Bethesda combined,
1
because
o'clock p.m.
Xbox
tomorrow.
has Bethesda now, at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time
On Sunday.
But they went ahead and released some news in regards to their move on a technical front, and it focused more on the Game Pass experience. And how would I put this? This year, and I think because of the absence of the PlayStation, Sony, that's not really going to show up for E3. Xbox is going to take it this year.
Well, the
With
thing
a
is,
huge follow from Bethesda. All right, cool.
I'm gonna be holding it.
I know, but
Get it?
grab it? No, that's supposed to be.
it's supposed to be you too.
Yeah. Okay, so. Oh, all right. So cool. We have a lot of other different things in that too. Cool. Set it all up. So it's gonna be a long one today. Anywho, so Microsoft and the technical front released some information before E3, and that was explaining their move for their cloud
It's very
initiative.
Yeah, it's very interesting from what I read because this actually might get me to actually play the game because now, from what I read, it seems like I don't even have to get an Xbox anymore.
Nope.
I literally they're gonna either have an app or they're gonna have a dongle, which is similar to I don't know if you know what Amazon Fire is.
Or Fire Stick.
Yeah, the Fire Stick.
Yeah, the Fire Stick. Yeah, of course.
It's probably gonna be similar to that.
Or the Google Chromecast.
Or
That,
the Google.
yeah.
I just think Fire Stick. That's what I have.
Yeah.
So pretty much it's going to be similar to that, which means you could just connect it to your USB on your TV, have your controller, similar to a certain company who has failed.
Oh, snap. Shots fired, bro.
Sorry,
what
I'm
you
just-
mean? We're not even
I'm
on that
I'm
yet. I'm
sorry.
saving it.
I'm
I
just-
had a debate on Twitter about that.
I
Are we talking about the same
no,
same thing?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
So I just wanted to say that I'm not saying any names right now. We'll get to that
Right
later.
now.
But they're pretty much doing the same thing. Like you can connect your controller, which with Xbox they have wireless controllers,
Mm-hmm.
so that would work perfect. They have the similar dongle, similar to the Fire Stick or the Google Chromecast, things like that. And pretty much they're going to fit it on TVs that you'll be able to play. It's going to have the Xbox app to be able to play Game Pass on TV.
So that includes this new Project xCloud, which is technically the code name for their internet-only streaming down Xbox catalog. So Project xCloud was beta tested with T-Mobile. T-Mobile and only their devices, Android devices, not iPhone. I think our
'Cause we
beginning
know how
episodes of the
iPhone
podcast,
works.
we already discussed what Apple's wall garden is.
Exactly.
But anywho, Xbox partnered with T-Mobile, and then it brought up to laptops and PCs. So instead of having Game Pass Ultimate on your actual PC and download the games, now you can stream them with their technology. That's only with Game Pass Ultimate, and I think that's what's going to happen. Game Pass is one subscription that you can have all the games that you want, 100 plus games and day ones, if you have an Xbox system. Game Pass Ultimate includes Xbox Gold. I think the original Game Pass includes Gold too, but the Game Pass Ultimate includes Gold and PC games and Game Pass Ultimate for the PC. Now they're trying to bake in the Project xCloud into the Ultimate and release apps. Release an app for, not just apps, browser too, for Apple devices. So they're going to utilize the Apple Safari browser on the iPads and the iMacs and the iPhones, right?
It's going to be so interesting.
So interesting. So interesting. So the thing is, this cloud initiative that they're pushing, and especially for TVs, it's gonna have apps on the TV, just like what Sony had for the PlayStation. I'm telling you, Sony did this. But they missed the mark. It didn't capitalize. It was so brand new that people were just like,
it was
"Oh."
ahead of its time.
Yes. So now Microsoft is partnering with undisclosed TV manufacturers to allow the Game Pass Ultimate app to be downloaded. You can always get, and it's not confirmed yet, an Android device or set-top box or Roku or, I don't know, the Amazon Cube, I think, whatever that is.
Yeah.
I think it's
so,
probably
yeah.
the
I
Cube.
think it's the whole
The
Cube, yeah.
Apple TV, we don't know that's going to be on Apple TV
Now,
either. We
it's
don't know that.
also, I think it said it's going to be on smart TVs too.
That's what I said, smart TVs. Yeah.
So I have a Samsung smart TV, so it'll be really cool just having it like. wherever
But here's the
I'm
thing. It's probably going to be newer TVs. I don't think they're going to be backwards.
Unless you have the dongle.
Unless you have the dongle or a system like me personally, I have T-Vision, the hub. The hub is an Android device. Thus, you go and you get any Google Play apps. So Xbox Game Pass will have that.
I'll get
and
the
you get it
dongle, I don't
downloaded.
care. I'll
You
get
get the dongle too. It is what it is. But what you could do with that is you play your Game Pass experience online right then and there.
Like I said, this is happening. We just don't know when. But
Yeah, they said they said in a couple of weeks.
Really?
Couple of weeks for the app to be released, and then about a couple of months for certain TV manufacturers to have it baked in to their new TV sets
Now, are they going to release a dongle around that time too? I'm assuming.
in the coming weeks.
This
might be a big deal.
Because honestly, but the thing is,
Big deal.
I know Xbox is being super serious with their Game Pass. I know that. That's what they're focusing on. That's where they're making their money. Do you think with a move like this, they're going to slow? Do you think it's going to affect the Xbox sales?
At this point, I don't think they're And I think they I keep hitting this, man. I think it's because it's too. Okay. Anywho, keep smacking your camera, but they're not seeing the earthquake shakes. I personally don't think the investors are going to worry, but they're smart. So they're going to see the revenue come in from a service. Now they're going to then they're going to look at hardware and go.
Now are they gonna? That's what I'm saying. Well, is this the starting move for Microsoft to not have systems anymore, but to focus completely 100% on Game Pass?
And it seems like it moving towards like a PC type of thing. You have a system that
That's
can
what
run
I'm
it
saying.
with all the software you have.
Because with the TV apps, it's going to be all xCloud, which means it's all be cloud-based. So that means your TV doesn't need to be that powerful. It just needs to be able to have internet.
And you know
that's
what?
it.
Unfortunately, I think based on the hunger of what Xbox is doing, that could very well be the change. They could not care about hardware, or they'll put it out and be excited
Now the thing
and game
is,
over, and they'll just get, and they'll realize that you don't need to spend so much money on hardware, and that's a slap in the face to Sony.
that's what I'm about to say, because honestly, what Xbox is doing, even though, I mean, people already know how I feel about Xbox, but what they're doing is actually pretty smart. They're future-proofing themselves right now, because they'll be like, okay, so we got this pass going on right now. We don't need a system anymore. We can just focus on exclusives or whatever games right on the pass that anyone, everywhere could basically play. Because it could be on browsers, like you said, it'll be on browsers. It'll be on TVs, phones. It'll be like you could play it anywhere, pretty much.
You don't need a system anymore. You don't need a system to run and dedicate the graphics. Only, and that's what I think it is. They are taking the system and selling it only to those that care for resolution and graphics.
But isn't
Because
it,
once
but,
you go online and stream it, depending on the internet connection, you're not going to get that much horsepower right from the gate.
But
It's just
the
going to have
thing-
good servers to run it.
But the thing is, though, are we going to get to the point eventually, maybe next gen cycle, that playing it on the cloud will be the same as playing it on the system?
In which
I
our
don't know,
previous
like,
episodes,
it would
throughout
depend
our
on-
audio episodes of B.o.P podcast, we did mention what's called, and I coined the term, a cloud console. Cloud consoles. Because you got to realize this. Microsoft is transitioning, it seems like they're transitioning from hardware sales for consoles to a streamlined streaming console, right, as a cloud console. Sony's going to be making that transition too because they got to have the competition. But now you got EA Play, which already partnered with Microsoft. And then Ubisoft has one, don't they?
I think it's like Ubiplay or something.
Yeah,
why can't I
Uplay.
remember? It's Uplay, that's it. Yeah,
Uplay.
Uplay, yeah.
So Uplay, EA,
Well, Epic,
Cloud-
obviously.
Yeah. So they're already cloud consoles. And I think, and they're thinking ahead of their time, Microsoft is moving to a cloud console. And at least sell a hardware that can run it. That's how I'm seeing it. And it hurts me because we love the drive of buying a console.
Well, that's how
We
I
love the
feel, and
drive
I love
of
the
purchasing
physical,
that-
and I like
yeah,
the
love-
physical of having.
To
the
love the
physical.
physical device that you know games of certain caliber could play on that device itself. Now, two things that they worry about is you're going to get a service, but nothing's going to be different from wherever device you play.
But you know what I know?
And then your system that you buy is just going to be lackluster, which Microsoft really doesn't care about, only because they could sell you a half-baked system and save money on that hardware.
But you know
make
what
a profit quicker.
But you know what I noticed though? The companies that are doing the whole cloud thing are American companies. And one in Europe. But mostly American companies. I don't know if you, well, I'm pretty sure you probably noticed it, but it doesn't seem like Japan is going on that route. Because Nintendo...
And that kind of concerns me too.
Because Nintendo's not going on that route,
They're
and
not.
obviously Sony's not going on. And both of those companies are Japan-centric.
I can understand why Nintendo's not doing it because they already sell systems. They have more of a quick turnaround as far as profit from their systems that they sell. Because for one, it's
Well, I'm
everywhere. It's freaking
No,
Nintendo.
I'm just giving an example of, like, you know, the
but
situation.
I'm saying they won't be keen to quickly turn to cloud when they're already making a profit quick with Nintendo Switch.
But do you-
Sony is
But do
what
you
I
think
understand.
Sony would do it?
They're gonna have to, because for one, they already had it.
Well, it didn't
They
work.
had it.
It didn't work.
It
that
did
well.
work. It's still alive, like PlayStation Vue. PlayStation Vue tried it and they failed.
It failed epically.
And it was a nice little thing, but you gotta understand, just like T-Vision. T-Vision, if you don't know, that was the TV version of live television with T-Mobile. They did it and failed because they didn't realize how much lobbying, how much contracts, how much negotiations on a quarterly basis you have to attend, and licensing and fees to everybody else. So the industry, as far as TV is concerned, is already crazy. Now with consoles, they had the PlayStation Now already, but they paid $20 a month for it. They had the concept right then and there. They beat Walmart to the punch. They killed on live
The issue is game choices.
and the bandwidth at the time.
Yeah.
And then, mind you, PlayStation Now, that's what I'm saying. Sony did it before. They had it on their Sony Bravia TVs, just like Microsoft could partner with TV manufacturers, but they only had it for the Sony. Unfortunately, they had remote play for their actual consoles itself. So they had their cell phone business, which they don't have anymore because clearly that's game over. And they had their remote play. They announced PlayStation Now on it, and they didn't have it because the phone business is game over.
Yeah.
But they wanted to have PlayStation Now on their Sony phones, so then you can automatically play PlayStation titles on your phone. But their phone business killed in action due to Samsung and iPhone. They took over that, right? The PlayStation Vue, they're not touching conglomerates with live TV. So now you have a streaming service for games that's cost $20 a month, and everybody's hesitant to jump in because of the bandwidth and the demand and the requirements and the system that they needed. Now, and then Game Pass did it smooth, and I don't know. Maybe because Game Pass and Xbox had wiggle room to just put out titles to make it worthwhile, and their day ones maybe got them
Well, yeah, because they have a lot.
had the upper hand
Like I
in the
will
competition.
admit, they have a lot of titles on their service.
And not to mention the value of the Game Pass is way better than the PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now just was a service to stream for $20 a month, whereas Game Pass was introduced that included Xbox
15,
Gold.
right?
No, 10.
Oh,
10 bucks
10,
for Game
yeah.
Pass when it first came out. Yeah, and it included Xbox Gold for I think like 6 months down the road. And then they had day one releases on top of games. So you had 100 games to play and then day one releases. So you didn't need an Xbox to play. Well, you needed an Xbox to play it, but then it had the PC version. And then they took the Game Pass and made it separate with Game Pass Ultimate, which included PC releases. And you could still play day ones that are released from PC to the Xbox. We're going to watch. I seen stuff wiggle. So I better hope everything's good. Xbox just did a better job making the value compared to Sony. And now Sony has to... They completely forgot about it, clearly. So they went ahead and they still have it. They added their titles. They added it. But reduced the price from $20 to $10. Now there's a rumor that they're going to add in more value to compete with Game Pass. It's a clear Game Pass competitor now.
We'll
and it
find
sucks
out.
because Sony was there first.
We'll find out, though.
We'll
We
find
have to
out.
see.
But when, though? Because it was supposed to be there. Now, Microsoft's going to kill it. I think this E3, Microsoft is going to kill it, and mainly with Game Pass and their acquisition with Bethesda.
I'm not counting out Nintendo. I'm sorry.
No, Nintendo is still going to be popping. It's always going to still be popping.
I'm not
They
counting out
They
Nintendo.
already got rumors of their Switch Pro coming out. We don't know when. We don't know how.
And
We don't
the
know
new
who.
Legend of Zelda, of course.
Yeah, so there's no issue with. We're talking strictly the tech advancements between two hardcore game consoles. One's going towards a services standpoint, and one's still strictly hardware that had the opportunity but failed. Now, here's one company that failed. That is Google Stadia.
So you're gonna tell them what happened?
My God, I'm smacking this thing, and I don't know why. Maybe it's too close. But I don't want Outlandish to be KO'd. So, as he's still here with us.
So you're going to say what happened?
So, if you follow us on Twitter, I'm going ham because, and I don't know who it was. But apparently he's heavyweight in other countries. So shouts out to Canada. You know what I'm saying? You know. But anywho, I still got to stick to my guns because I'm telling you, within 6 months to a year, and this guy promised that he's going to save the tweet that. My prediction was Stadia will be no more. It'll be done. It'll be finito. See my face. It'll be finito. It'll be done. You know why? Because Microsoft's power move that they're making already cemented Stadia. For those that don't even know what Stadia is, that's already my indication they're gonna die. But Stadia, what they promised, and I, for one, was like, this is a great technology. They're promising.
I
This is
remember
great.
you was excited, but I was always skeptical.
And the guy that
Since the
announced it,
beginning.
his name is Phil Harrison. He was the spokesman and the head honcho that announced it. He's very familiar in the gaming industry. So that's why when I looked at him and said, oh, he's backing this up. Oh, this is going to be a great look. This is great. And it's still rocking, still. But it's not. They promised you could play on your browser. You could play on, they sold the Foundation Edition. They had their dongle. They had you could play. They had the Chrome extension. They had the
Controller.
browser app. They had a controller. So to be honest with you, Google Stadia went in and they went in hard. No first-party titles, limited titles. Their YouTube integration. When you see a trailer, you want to play the game or watch something live, and you want to play or join them. Didn't come to
The
fruition.
user face was awful.
User interface, terrible. I actually had the iPad and played Destiny smoothly on T-Mobile network on the Google Stadia. So I will say, it was nice. It was nice. So I give it, maybe not a lot of people have that bandwidth, 25 megabytes per second minimum. Okay? But when I tested Google Stadia, it worked. It worked. The position that I have with it now is, will they move? Not will they. They won't move forward. Because now Microsoft, which is a name for Xbox, that holds down the console generation currently with Sony PlayStation
and
5.
has been doing the cloud gaming.
And they have Game Pass and Game Pass
program
Ultimate.
That's working perfectly for them.
So they have all that. They have all that. And now they just said that in the coming weeks, they're going to have a dongle. They're going to
It's
have
pretty much
TV
going
manufacturers
to be-
partnered. They're going to have an app dedicated for Android, all wireless.
It's going to be a better version of Stadia. It's going to be what Stadia wished it was.
And then you know what happens after Stadia? We'll see with their eyes in a distant of what they should have been.
Microsoft is going to show them what they wish they were.
And guess what's going to happen? All that Google, all that Alphabet money, you don't think they could buy a studio? You don't think they could buy a studio?
Exactly.
For all that money? Alphabet is their business behind the scenes, but it's the same Google. They just have two separate stock numbers, Alphabet and Google. Same company, different. Alphabet focuses on space and manufacturing and infrastructure, and then you got Google, which focuses on the search engine and piracy and all that stuff. So they're same company, two different brands. All that money, you're not gonna buy up studios or at least indies to show off Google
Because
Stadia?
I know Google could do it, but
Come
remember,
on.
all their most of their projects that they do, they get amped about it in the beginning, and then boom, dies off.
But see, here's the thing. Here's what I'm saying. EA partnered with Microsoft. Couldn't Stadia partner with somebody else? Couldn't
You would
Stadia
think.
partner with Ubisoft?
You would think.
You would think so, but they're slacking. Just like with
Mm-hmm.
Sony, with the PlayStation Now, they had technology and they're slacking. They let others catch the wave, and they're running with it. It's like, Android devices have certain features, and Sony or Android devices already have it. And all of a sudden, Apple comes out with it. So at first argument, you're going to say, well, I already had this Samsung, they already had this, or I have this Android device, they already had what Apple's introducing. But Apple does it and gets it right, and everybody rides with it after the fact. Mm-hmm. So Sony came out with PlayStation Now and came out with it, but now when it's hot and somebody else did it, now they ride the wave. So now when Microsoft comes out with this Chromecast apps on Android, browser, TVs, set-top boxes, Stadia thinks it's going to ride the wave? But what titles? What titles? I could play any third-party title that Stadia offers with the Game Pass. Not to mention Game Pass and PCs on Game Pass Ultimate. Come on, yo.
Exactly.
Stadia is done. Unfortunately, I love the technology. No, fortunately, I love the technology. I love their promises. I played it. I loved it. There was nothing to push forward
Exactly.
What Microsoft did before E3, bro, before E3, not to mention they got Bethesda, before E3 showcase, they said their future. And that's literally, we're going to be what Stadia was, and we're going to do it with our titles. Enjoy. A part of the Game Pass Ultimate that you already paid for. Mm-hmm. And if you don't, you can upgrade from Game Pass to Game Pass Ultimate for just $5. For just $5, $15 a month, you can play Xbox everywhere. Goodbye, Stadia.
Yeah.
So,
I think having the whole like
That
whole
Twitter,
thing-
that Twitter back and forth that we did, bro. 6 months to a year. Google has a track record for having technology and having innovation and shutting it down. There is literally
Exactly.
a graveyard. There's no Amazon graveyard. There's no Sony graveyard.
There's a
There's no
site that
Xbox.
literally
There's no
has a list.
There's no Microsoft graveyard. And Microsoft's been in the game.
There's literally a website that has all the stuff Google just stopped using. Google Plus, Google Glasses. I mean, I could go on.
I'm not even gonna pull the list because I'm just trying to defend my stance on Google Stadia. Stadia will be no more 6 months to a year, I promise you. And the only thing that I said that if they're going down, they're gonna take their infrastructure and partner with somebody else. And I think Sony should have that partnership. They could take their technology and put it behind the scenes for the gamers, so their infrastructure could be better. Like Amazon AWS, Amazon Workstation, or I think along those lines. Companies utilize their servers to power up whatever they need to power up. So that's what I'm thinking Stadia should do.
I agree.
E3 this year, Microsoft's going to do it. Microsoft's going to do it.
I know they're gonna have a good show.
420. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. Yes, Amazon Luna. And actually gives us a segue to what we're going to talk about because
Oh yeah.
Summer Game Fest, hosted by Jeff Keighley, powered by Prime Gaming, which is obviously an extension to Amazon Luna. Amazon Luna is another good, and it's Stadia's going to go down so bad, Amazon's going to be looking great. Amazon's already got partnerships. You think Stadia got it?
No, they don't.
For one, Amazon got Twitch. So having Amazon having Twitch and having Prime Gaming and coming out with Luna, they have more leverage to capitalize in the gaming industry. I don't know what Luna's going to do. I did sign up for Luna. I tried Control, but I didn't buy enough to get the controller. And I probably still pay for the service. I don't know. I don't recall. I just, it's one of those, like, what do you call it? Prime, Amazon Prime, just have it. And
Yeah.
Just have it. So, Luna is good. I don't want it to fold, but they didn't have that much of a big of a promise. They just have Twitch and Twitch Gaming to be seamless with
Yeah,
Amazon.
they don't have a lot of games, don't they?
No, it's all, again, like Google Stadia. But Stadia, and a lot of people are bigging up Stadia. And when Stadia came out, I was like, this is great. Let's see what these power moves can do.
Exactly.
And never happened. Now let's talk about Gamefest.
Yeah, so, as a little start to the thing, because, around this time, there's always E3.
Man,
but
this whole week's been nice. Yesterday, I got Final Fantasy VII Integrate, and I couldn't even do it because the clunky PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 save data copy. That made me mad. So I had to delete the PlayStation PlayStation 5 one, re-download it again, and then I had to re-download, so it was annoying. Anywho, go ahead, continue.
So,
That's my quick rant.
yeah, I know, right? So, Summerfest started yesterday, and they started with the opening, which they released a decent amount of trailers that came out for the thing, and some of them that were world premieres, which was pretty cool. One of the things that was interesting to me was a spin-off of the Borderland games called Tiny Tina Wonderlands, which is a loot shooter. Oh, you know what those are, right? Loot shooters. So it's pretty much a loot shooter. Takes place in her type of world, which is kind of like a D&D type of world. It's very weird, but it looks good, and the graphics looks exactly like it came from Borderlands. It was very interesting. Comes out early next year, and the trailer of it is just wild. But I'm excited for it because it kind of looks fun. It looks really fun, and I like the way it looks. And another one which came out of nowhere. This is one I like playing this game back in the day. I don't know if you remember the game on Metal Slug.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Metal
it's like
Slugs.
it's a side-scroll action game. It's similar to like Contra and things like that. It was by an SNK. That's it. Yes.
SN. Yep.
Yeah, SNK. It was by SNK. It was one of their games. And so I saw they were getting something new, and then all of a sudden I found out this is a tactical strategy game. First time a game like that was made with the Metal Slug series. It's always been an action side-scroller game. So now it's going to be a tactical game, and looks the same, looks great. Didn't say exactly when it's coming out, but it's very interesting that, that's actually getting a little different feel to it other than the thing. Like, because I like, RPG strategy games, so something like this is an interesting take on the Metal Slug series that's been out for many years. I think the first one came out like early 90s, or maybe even late 80s. I know it's been out for a while. And then, of course, because, Jeff's best friends with this developer, Kojima came up and he announced that he is working on a game. He didn't have a title for it yet or anything like that, but he is working on a new game. But he also surprised us with a little extra title and to the PS5. And it's going to have it's the director's cut, which means they're going to be adding more levels. And what they showed in the trailer looks like something you would see in Metal Gear Solid.
Really?
So it has like stealth type of stuff and has like, little soldiers that you have to go around and stuff. Like pretty much like Metal Gear Solid.
Huh.
So it's actually
That's different.
pretty cool. Like I was actually pretty excited about that. They didn't say when that's coming out either. But in a few weeks, they're going to be releasing more information on it.
By the way, Metal Slugs first came out in 1996.
Oh, so it was 1996. Okay.
1996.
I knew it was in the 90s. That's why I knew that. But it was just interesting seeing that. I was just like, okay, interesting that they're doing a strategy type of game on that. And then they have like Among Us. They showed up some new. They're going to be a new gameplay called Hide and Seek. New costumes, of course, and co-op play, obviously. And then there is a game that I'm actually pretty excited about, Solar Ash, which is like an adventure type of game. For me, it looked amazing. It was the first time I ever heard about this game, but it looked amazing. Doesn't come out until like early next year, but still looks pretty good. And another one called Salt and Sacrifice. It literally looks like it's a mixture of cardboard, 3D, and something you would see in Octopath Traveler, based on a side-scrolling action type of Castlevania type of game. So it looked really cool. Like, I love the way it looked. I never even heard about this game, so that's why things like this, I love it, because it actually, shows games that I'm actually pretty excited about. Then, of course, because, everyone has to do a Battle Royale game, there's
Everybody. Even Tetris.
There's a new Battle Royale game, and it's starring vampires. I don't know if you remember the series, the Vampire Masquerade series.
No. Yeah.
It was like a huge thing on the PC. Now they're doing a spin-off called Blood Hunt.
Oh, that sounds brutal.
It's pretty much a battle royale with vampires. You're a vampire.
Sounds interesting.
It looks interesting. It looks pretty cool. But it's like maybe there'll be a battle royale I might play or something. I do like the whole like horror vampire thing, so who knows? But it did look pretty cool. And another one I'm actually pretty excited about is, I don't know if you know what the Dark Pictures anthology is. It's a 3-part series. They released the first 2 parts already, which was Man of Median and The Little Me. So pretty much, it's made the same makers by, what's the name of that game? It begins with a U. Why can't I remember it? It was the horror story game. Like, why can't I remember the name of it? But anyway, it's based on a trilogy, and each of the 2 games is really good. So now they're releasing a new one, and it's going to be taking place in 2003 during the Iraq War.
Oh, weird.
Exactly. So it's pretty much it's gonna be like these ghost type of creatures, like taking over because they're in a cave, and they're trying to get away from the cave. But all these like ghosts, like demon kind of creatures, are trying to take them. It looks really cool, and I'm excited about that. That's
Okay.
coming out later this year,
That's awesome.
the 22nd of this year. It was October 22nd, and then of course the one I'm excited about. Tales of Arise, they showed a new trailer where they showed more new characters, more battle fight. Like Tales is one of my favorite series of all time. So they showed a new trailer.
The RPG guy, so you were fanboying with that.
Oh,
You're like,
I was
"Oh,
fanboying
nice."
so much with that because they showed new characters finally because they only showed 2 characters and a couple of like side characters stuff. And now they showed more characters that's going to be in your party, which one of them I saw, I'm like, oh my god. I want to cosplay him. So
Don't even know what the history of that character
like
is.
no history, no nothing. I don't know what's up with that character, but it's like I like his costume. I want to wear it. So it's like I have to. It's just like okay, so
Yeah,
I'm
once the
excited.
conventions open up.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm probably gonna be doing. But that one looks amazing. Like I can't wait for that. It's gonna be made on the Unreal Engine, so it's gonna look really cool for a Tales game. It already looks amazing from what I see, the graphics wise and all like that. It still has that Tales type graphics, which is kind of like the anime-ish type of graphics, but it just looks a lot more sharper. It looks a lot more better. And obviously coming up for all the systems, including last gen and this gen. So that's gonna be pretty awesome, which I'm excited about. And then there's another game which caught me off guard. I don't know if you remember the games of Limbo. Remember Limbo?
Yes,
and
that
Inside too.
Darkest Steak type of game. Like
Yeah.
it was kind of like,
This looks similar to that, but like a colorful version of that.
oh, weird.
It's called Planet of Lana. It's going to be a mixture of puzzle and like adventure action type of thing, and the graphics. I love the way it looks because it looks very pastel paint.
Lana?
Lana, yes.
How you spell it?
Lana.
Cool.
Planet of Lana. The graphics looks great. Like it looks very like it's a painting, which
You
is
know
what
what?
I love.
Oh, snap.
You see it, right?
I'm going to show y'all. Ooh.
It looks fantastic. The graphics
Ooh,
of
that's
it.
so cool.
So pretty much, it looks like it's like a nice peaceful thing. Then all of a sudden, you see meteors coming from the sky. So it's like, oh god, it's the end of the world, I think. And of course, they show like some of the graphics, and he has a little cute little cat that, like, I guess that's his partner in the thing. It's like a
Yeah.
little black little cute cat. It's like really awesome.
Here's the image for you guys to see it right here.
And
That type of graphics. That's
and
pretty cool.
the
And this is
thing-
called Planet of Lana, right?
Planet of Lana, yeah. It comes out early next year, and it's an Xbox exclusive.
Ooh.
It's
Okay.
also coming to Steam too, but for consoles, it's coming out for Xbox.
All right. All right.
So like, okay, this is actually a game that I actually am interested
Making
in.
moves, making
get
moves.
I'll probably get it on Steam, knowing me, but
Yeah.
it looks really good. Like I love the way it looks. It's like literally like an oil painting.
Yeah, it really does. That's cool.
Like you're like an oil painting. I love things like that. Like when game developers play with graphics like that, like everything doesn't have to be realistic.
Yeah, cell shaded when we were growing up with the Xbox and,
Exactly.
the PlayStation 2, cell shaded Jet Set Radio.
I love things like that because
that
it's
was looking
very
delicious and it was
funky.
different.
It's different.
Very different. And then you had what was it? Dragon Ball. What? It was a Dragon Ball game that came out that was cell shaded.
Which one?
Budokai.
Was it Budokai?
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was another version of Budokai. Yeah, Dragon Ball Budokai.
It was
Dragon Ball Z Budokai.
Yeah, it had like
fighting
the
game.
anime cell shaded type
Yeah,
of
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
which looked pretty cool.
So when that came out, that was hot. So now this it looks
it's
great.
like it's an indie
It looks
developer,
cool.
obviously.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why I like indie developers and indie games because they like
They're not afraid to try anything.
Exactly.
Just
And
like with
that's-
Among Us.
Exactly.
4 people.
4 people.
And it been there, and then it got traction, just like Fall Guys. Fall Guys gained traction. Boom.
Exactly. It's just
Those
like-
weird type of awesome, different type of games that you get your hands on. Braid pisses me off, but Braid is another one
Yeah.
where you are side scroller, you're solving puzzles, but you can rewind. It's
Exactly.
ridiculous.
Like I said.
And just Limbo.
Limbo, yeah.
Limbo, Braid, Will o' the Wisp. That one.
Oh, Ori.
Ori
yeah,
and
that's
Will o'
what
the
I'm
Wisp.
saying. Yeah, exactly.
So
Things
those
like
type of
that.
different looking type of games.
Exactly, which that's what I love, and I love when they get creative like that because we get games like this.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm excited to actually play this game.
Yep.
Like, I'll probably beat it quickly because indie games are usually not that long, but
Yeah.
it looks fantastic.
But the respect.
Exactly.
there.
Like, games like this is why I consider games art.
And you know what the thing
Because
is?
games like that.
You know, it just dawned to me when you was talking about that. Indie games is hard. I mean, I'm not going to speak on how the developers act, but like when they make an indie game, they want to obviously their passions within it. They want to make sure people enjoy and love it.
And usually
but
with indie
they
type-
want everybody to do so. They want everybody to have their option to grab it and to play it and to
Exactly.
But a lot of people in the general public, a lot of people, they walk into a Target, you walk into a Walmart, you just see the high AAA known titles.
Mm-hmm.
So what I think, which is great because Game Pass does open the avenue, PlayStation needs to get hit. Game Pass can actually be the introduction to allow a lot of indies to be a part of the Game Pass streaming service.
That's
Thus,
true.
all these indie developers will not only exercise their creativity and their move of their game, but reach a wider audience.
Yeah, wider audience, yeah.
Streaming. Because everything's going digital.
Yeah.
So they don't need to spend money to public. They don't need to spend money to themselves. Don't need to get a publisher to go and spend money to put them on the shelves. When you are Among Us, you don't go to a Target and find an Among Us.
No, it's all online.
You don't find a Fortnite game. Fortnite is popular, but you don't see a Fortnite standalone game. Just maybe digital V-Bucks, whatever. Among Us, you don't see that.
No.
So thankful for Xbox to having such a service that is very popular and modern versus PlayStation Now was geared towards here's a way to play backwards compatible games on your Sony devices. Mm-hmm. And we'll just put some out and then we'll take some away. Put some out. That's old gen.
Yeah.
Game Pass is looking at a new, and now with these indie developers, Game Pass makes it way easier for them to feel comfortable to make a game that they want and to reach a wider audience.
Exactly.
So to make that an Xbox exclusive is a big deal.
That's why it's like, okay, this, like I said, this is actually very interesting, and like I got super excited about.
Yeah,
this.
that's. I read about that. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool.
It looks-
Oil-based paint graphics.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. Like as
Pastel.
soon as I saw it, it's like it looks like a freaking art, like an art, like
Yeah.
I'm seeing it in the museum or something. It looks great.
I thought flashy lights looked good.
And
That's
then
very different. That's very good.
And then another one, which they showed a new trailer for too, Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin, which is another game I'm excited for. I already have it reserved. They showed a new trailer. They showed more of the story, which the story looks awesome. I'm personally very excited for that. Comes out next month, and they're going to have 3 new amiibos, which we did post about it and all that. They're going to have 3 new amiibos for that. Monster Hunter, which obviously I'm gonna get because
Yep.
they look really cool.
You already know you and your little
Looks
shelves
really
of Amiibos.
cool. Yep, exactly. It looks really cool. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully I'll have it all in one day. I'll just buy them all one day. We'll see. We'll see. And then let me see. They showed the new Evil Dead game, which was announced.
Pause real quick. Babe. Oh, she's probably on the headphones. Gigi. Oh. Are you playing on your profile?
Yes.
Okay. Continue.
Okay.
The PlayStation 5, you know, I don't want these kids to be wiping my data. I don't wanna wipe my data out.
So they showed
did that with
because
Switch
the
already.
Evil Dead game was announced on the Video Game Awards.
Okay.
And now they actually show some gameplay and a new trailer for it, and it looks awesome. It's gonna be like a multiplayer type of like horror game. It kind of gives me Left 4 Dead vibes,
Okay.
but it takes place in the Evil Dead, which is I don't know if you know what Evil Dead is, like a classic horror movie series
Yeah,
that
yeah.
doesn't take itself too seriously, which
Yeah.
I love about it. It stars Bruce Campbell, which he's huge in that thing. He's actually starring in the game as the voice actor, which is awesome.
That's cool.
So he's actually voice acting. It's like looks pretty awesome. I'm excited. It looks fun, and you could play as both the people and the monsters too.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can
A
be the
little twist.
monster and kill the people, or you could be the people who kill the monsters, all depending on what you want to do. Which I like when options like that happen. Now, the big one, which came at the end, which I've been excited for, and so much people have been hyped for.
And caught me off guard because I heard about it, but I didn't think that much of a fan base was heavy.
Oh, it's heavy. So, they finally showed a gameplay trailer and a new trailer for Elden Ring.
Yes.
Which is the game that's being made by From Software, which of course has done Demon Souls, Blood Rain, all that type of games, and Bandai Namco.
So here's the thing. I heard about it, heard the name. Mm-hmm. I didn't think none of it. I didn't think this developer worked with Demon Souls. And
Yeah.
you already know Demon Souls is a very popular game.
Very popular game. Blood Rain 2, that's
Blood
another
Rain
one.
as well.
Yeah.
And to be partner up with Bandai Namco, explain where Bandai Namco comes from. By games. Just hit them with games.
Tekken series.
Tekken.
The Soul Calibur series.
SoCal.
The Tales of series, which is
Tales
one
of
of my favorites.
series.
I'm trying to think of
I'll give you one.
Oh,
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball, yes.
Another one.
I know there's other ones.
Come on now.
Why can't I think of any?
You said Tails?
Yeah, that's it.
Say it again.
Tales series.
Tails.
So it has like a
I'm doing the camera back and forth to
They've
make it epic.
they've done a lot of really good games.
Yeah. For as far as design wise,
Exactly.
you already know it's very,
And-
very anime-ish.
Exactly. From the trailer, it looks like it's a mixture of the graphic wise of Demon Souls and like an anime type of game, which I freaking love. It's giving me very like Code Vein. I don't know if you remember that game.
Yeah, I do.
Code Vein vibes. Which,
I watched some of the trailer, but me, I'm always on the road, so I watch on the phone. I'm like, that doesn't help me, so I want to go home and watch it on the TV. But I gotta, when this all concludes, I'm gonna go and check out Elden Ring trailer in 4K to see. I seen the designs though. I seen where it's coming from, but when I seen it said Bandai Namco, I'm like, huh? It caught me off guard.
it's
I'm
a
like,
collab, which
what?
that's what I'm excited
what? Goku's
about.
gonna challenge one of these other knights, and you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm like,
So
okay.
I'm actually
And then
pretty,
Twitter just went off on it. I was like, in a good way.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I don't know how popular
everyone
that was.
anticipating first. Like I was watching the live stream of the first day.
Yeah, they
and
said,
literally
F Jeff
the
Keighley, we want Elden
Literally,
Ring.
the entire live chat was, "Where's Elden Ring? Where's Elden Ring? Where's Elden Ring?" Of course, they left it at the end.
Poor planning of Lana and the oil-based
Exactly.
gameplay.
No one cared
Poor
about
thing.
any of that.
Poor them. That's terrible.
I felt
Come on,
bad,
have some
too.
respect, people.
Yeah, exactly. I want all the other games. But of course, I'm excited for this one, but I respected the other games too. It's like it's not just Elden Ring, okay?
Yeah.
But
God.
it was rumored for a while that they were gonna have the trailer for it, and then they said, "Boom, the trailer came." Like I said, looks fantastic. I love it.
Jeff Keighley's really good at that. I noticed because the VGA was he left the cliffhanger of the Xbox reveal of the Xbox Series X.
Exactly.
He's doing all right.
He's doing.
Well, I mean, he's the Ryan Seacrest of gaming, which we understand, but he's doing more than what Ryan did.
Well, yeah.
Ryan did American Idol, and he was like, I'll just smile my way up until now. He's
Well,
in
don't
Good
forget, he has a
Morning
radio
America.
show. He has a radio show.
Radio show as well, something like that.
Yeah, he has a
but
radio
Jeff
show.
Keighley, he said something, he promised what he's gonna do, and he kept it moving. So people could say he sounds annoying, or he could.
And he has
they
a lot
give-
of connects, so that's why he's able to get all these exclusive trailers.
and not
stuff.
to mention his own spotlight. So I'm gonna give you credit. Like it's just nobody doesn't understand. We see it like it's the Ryan Seacrest of gaming, understanding it's popular, but like he said what he was going to do and went ahead and did it for the gaming community. That's like in hip hop, you're doing it for the sake of hip hop, and you're gonna do it and continue to be successful for the sake of hip hop. You know, like so
Exactly.
for him it was great. So continue to do what you need to do, but so far I like how his little the hilarious dude with the It Takes Two developer, which is Yosef something.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. Obviously he was probably felt so awkward, but still hilarious and
Well,
memeable.
yeah.
It was memeable. But him doing the little by the way we have something else and hook it up.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
But yeah, so for just first day beginning of the whole summer Game Fest, It was pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna say it was the best. It's obviously no Xbox or no thing, but it wasn't trying to be.
Yeah, it's a good
It's
introduction
a
to the indie world.
Like I said-
with some heavy hitter
Like I
titles.
said, some of the main things, like I said, was obviously Elden Ring, but the surprise for me was Planet of Lana. That was actually a real big surprise for me. It's like it's a game that I actually want to play, like really badly, like really badly, because it looks fantastic. But yeah, that was pretty much what the first day is. Obviously, I think it's going for the whole month, right? So there'll be like new trailers coming out, I think. Because
For what?
usually the Summer Game Fest is usually a month, right? Or is it a week?
I thought it was a week.
I think it's a week. Okay, I'm honestly confusing it with something else then.
I could be wrong. I'll look it up. I'm look
But
it up
yeah.
actually. Let me see.
Yeah, I thought it was a month, or maybe it's a week. It might be just a week. Yeah, it might be just a week.
Let's see here. A lot of purple screen. Website. Oh, you forgot that it was presented by Prime Gaming.
I did forget to say that. Whoops. But yeah, it's produced, and then of course they put in some of their games that they're coming out for the Prime games. Let me see if I remember that right there. New World was one of the games they announced, which is by Amazon Games. It looks like it's going to be like kind of like a MMO type of like what do you call it, League of Legends type of game. So it looks pretty decent. It's going to be on the thing, which
wow.
is pretty cool.
Based on what I'm looking at here in 2020, they were the first to announce the hands-on with the PlayStation 5 DualSense and flagship events from Xbox, PlayStation, EA, Ubisoft, and more. Oh wow! I don't know how long it lasts though. I was trying to look that up.
It's fine, no worries. We'll fix. It's
Yeah.
nothing to worry about. But yeah, that was pretty much what that was. So what's next?
So what's next? Right now, we're gonna go about what's another topic. So
You want to do the Capcom one?
yeah, let's do Capcom.
So, Capcom got themselves in a little bit of hot water. What I mean a little bit is I think they could get really screwed really quick.
Really.
So a lawsuit was put upon them.
Yeah, hit me to it because I'm kind of hip to the other one, which is going to be a segue to this.
Yeah, exactly.
But
so,
hit me to Capcom
so
because I
pretty
didn't know
much
about this.
what happened was this photographer, her name was Judy Jarsek. I was going to say Judy for now because her last name is kind of hard to say.
Yeah.
So she is a photographer, and she had a book, which, you know, those type of books you get in like colleges and stuff like that.
Okay.
So this book has like all kinds of like different kind of grains of like floors, doors, walls, floors, all that type of stuff, aged, weathered. Like she takes photos of that, like depending on how it looks. So to show like people like with like photography and all that, like how things look like depending on what kind of house the picture's taken care of and all that. Now, with those type of books, they usually come with CDs that has all like the JPEG files of all like, you know, pictures that's on the book. That's usually how it works. Now, those type of books are always in school and they don't have to worry about it because, you know, it's a teaching moment type of thing. But if you're going to be using those images elsewhere out of the school, obviously those type of things, there are licensing fees that you need to pay. Because it's her photos that she took with her own camera. So
there's
those
already a
photos
copyright tied to it.
belong to her. Exactly. So, Capcom had a leak happen earlier this year where a lot of their assets came out. It was, they got hacked and leaked. A lot of their stuff got leaked.
Okay.
One of the things that got leaked was some of the photos that were used in Resident Evil 4 and Devil May Cry.
Okay.
Those photos that they were using was from the same disc from her book.
Repeat that one more time.
Those photos that they were using in the game were pictures from the CD from that book that's from hers. Now, I'm not done with this. This is where things get. And literally, the only reason she found out about it was because of the leak. If Capcom didn't get hacked, she would not have never known about this.
Ooh. So you mean to tell me these dudes got images? So you're telling me these images are created and they're in the game?
Let me tell you, there's a glass thing that's in the Resident Evil 4. That little glass, like broken glass. That's her photo. There's like things in like Devil May Cry. That's like how the door looks. That's her photo. How the table looks. That's her photo. That's the thing. Like all that. Like using the photos in their stuff in the game without giving her credit. And you know what's messed up about this too? That made it even like worse for them.
Yo,
Because
that's a violation.
hold on, I'm not done. Because the reason of the leak, all the things got one of the files that they use, one of her files that they use, they didn't even change the name. It's the same exact file name that's on the disk. How are you that dumb? Oh my god! Like how? Like if you go into like do something like that, at least change the name, and they didn't. So that's how more proof right there. It's like, oh, so they stole my shit.
They ain't gonna settle out. That is.
Oh.
How much? You're
I'm
talking
gonna
about
tell
Resident
you,
Evil 4
Resident Evil 4 and Devil May Cry.
mainly
Those are the two games that they mentioned. Yes.
that they mentioned in the lawsuit.
So
there could have been other titles,
it could have been.
but for the namesake in the lawsuit, we're just talking Devil May Cry and Resident Evil.
Exactly. So now she has 100
God.
pages of supporting documents with literally her photo and her photo that's in the game that's, they're not getting paid. They literally, and they look the exact, like, there's some photos in there, go online.
I'm gonna check it right now so you guys can see what he's talking about.
Oh my God.
Hold on,
It's a, Nintendo Life had an article about it. That's why I saw it.
Capcom
Polygon
lawsuit. Capcom lawsuit images.
had it. Yeah. So she has over 100 pages of supporting documents, seeing, like, comparing the photo to what Capcom used in their game, compared to what she has. And like I said, the only reason she got all that evidence was because of the leak, the hack that happened earlier this year to Capcom.
Oh my God! Here's one of them.
You see, you can tell you see?
Hold on.
It's like they didn't even change anything.
Hold on.
It's so bad. It's so bad. They didn't change anything.
Hold on. So I'm gonna take off this image. We are talking about Capcom in the
Are you
lawsuit.
looking at the Resident Evil 4?
Yeah.
Like the thing.
The glass shatter and they zooms in and it's the same shatter
Do you see
from.
it? It's
Oh
the
my God,
exact
dude.
same thing.
Dude.
They didn't even change it a little bit. They just kept
not
it.
even-
They didn't even change it. It's so funny. Like, oh.
All right, guys. So this is gonna be big, so you guys can check it out and see it. I don't know if it's that. So what they're saying is, I'm gonna block your face so you understand.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna widen this here real quick, guys. So the shatter you see on the far left, G079, that shatter was the same exact shatter that the Resident Evil 4 symbol was used. And as you can see in the very bottom right, it's the same shatter, just in a different background. Oh my God, that's so blatant.
It's so blatant.
And yes, that particulars is grounds for a lawsuit.
So what's happening is she is asking between $2,500 to $25,000 per photo, and they used 80 photos from
That's a
what
lot of
she
money.
can find. Altogether, it's about $12 million.
Yeah, it says courtesy of Nintendo Life. It's funny because that was the
That's
first link I
that's why I
clicked.
got all that for
Capcom
you.
facing $12 million lawsuit for allegedly using artists' photos without permission. She should file for damages.
And there's
Be more.
200. They have 200 incidents of her photos being used. 200 incidents.
They should go by 200. Is she smart? 25,000 or at least half that for 200. So
It's
be what?
Crazy.
Half of 25?
Half of 25. That's $12.50.
and times that by 200.
A lot of
Safe
money.
bet. Yeah, a lot of money. They should do that. Instead of per photo of what there was known, if there's 200 instances, instead of 25, let's go ahead and cut that in half and give me 200.
So because of this breach,
Oh my God.
she got herself a lawsuit now.
In Resident
and she
Evil
has
Village.
all the...
Support. I hope she wins.
I kind of hope so too,
I hope
because
she wins.
it's like, I love Capcom, don't get me wrong, I love their games, but that's a pretty shitty
No,
thing
it's
to do.
it's Capcom, but it's got to be one of those guys
No,
that
no, no,
pitched
it has-
ideas and thought it was
exactly.
his, and then like the whole company ran
Yeah, it's
with
not
it
like
and it
the
looked
main
nice.
leader of Capcom did.
No.
It's one of the people who was in charge of searching for pictures.
Yeah,
maybe,
they
something
didn't
like that.
they didn't have it in a circle and say we're going to violate this person.
Exactly.
No,
It's
no.
just the person who did. But unfortunately, since it's in their games, Capcom has to pay for it.
Oh,
I hope
poor
whoever.
Capcom. Now you wonder, are the images in the new Resident Evil Village?
I don't know. I haven't really paid attention like that, so I don't know.
Oh my God,
Crazy.
the laundry that's being tossed out with this thing.
And like
that's
I said,
crazy.
I'm
I
just
didn't know
never gonna
that.
get over it. She would not have never
I did not
noticed
know that.
without that leak.
Yeah. Oh my God. So again, guys, if you can see, the shadow on the far left side is the shatter of one of her images. That was from a school or a college, you said, that was only used for educational purposes.
Yeah, it was like a book. It was a,
So it was
it's
a
a
book.
book full of pictures.
a book full of pictures which
Let me
she
see.
took
Do I have the
herself.
name of it?
Obviously not related to any form of
Surfaces. That's what
surfaces,
it's called.
yeah.
Surfaces. I had to
so
look
she
for
was
yeah,
not using it
surfaces.
for the intent of gaming industry. It was just a book of
For-
surfaces and
to teach
for
and all
educational
that. Yeah,
purposes.
Educational purpose. That's all.
Somebody
it is.
took that and made money.
Not just that, just a bunch of photos.
Oh my God. And now let's go segue to another lawsuit. Is that all for Capcom currently?
Yeah.
So
that's it.
hopefully by next week we'll have some more information or more leaked images.
We'll find out. But that's so far for that. That's all set for that.
So let's go. Let me size this thing
Obviously,
up.
that's
This
still
thing's big.
ongoing because they're in court for it right now. But I think she should win.
Well, if she filed a lawsuit, that means they're not going to court yet, but
Oh,
they're,
they're
ready
not.
they're ready to do that thing. So we have Roblox. Okay, and the kids are playing right now, but they probably heard the code name Roblox. Yes, they do not play. They do. Let me just get this clear. They do not play Roblox, and the reason why they do not play Roblox because the first time I've heard about Roblox, in which, and if you could hit me to the chat or comments, let me know. But if see if they fixed it, because I don't think they did. There was images and chat rooms and lobbies of sex activity within Roblox that was customized, and those could be kids, could be grown adults playing Roblox and having pretend sex within those chat rooms, to the point that it looked like a GANG with one person with multiple other people and casually Robloxing it. They're Robloxing it.
Robloxing it.
They're doing a Robloxing. So when I seen that, you can probably see it on YouTube. I ain't BSing, but I seen that. I'm like, no, nope, not happy because curiosity. These kids are curious. They'll go about searching stuff, and then one click to this, one click to that, and they'll end up at somewhere, and they think that's cool, and they see it, and they don't want to tell us because they feel like it's bad, but they don't want to say that it's bad. We don't know, but they don't play it. For that reason, off the top, as a parent, they ain't playing that. But what we're going to talk about is something totally different. Hit it, maestro.
So, they are getting sued by music publishers for $200 million. The reason for that is they are illegally using songs from numerous artists onto the game. Basically, what Roblox is doing is they are charging people to put songs into Roblox for like certain, I guess, levels of thing. I haven't played Roblox. So I don't know how
again,
it works.
I don't play it.
But
Yeah.
Roblox charges people to put these music, and obviously these artists are not getting a dime of this. Roblox is getting all this money.
So just another Nintendo ROM thief that is charging premiums for work that's not theirs
Pretty much.
to upload, and no royalties getting paid. Royalties are pretty much the fees that musicians and publishers get paid once the music is played.
Roblox is
Not just to
getting-
have played.
It's getting-
Every time you play a song, they get a royalty.
Do you know how popular Roblox is? They're getting millions of dollars by them doing this. Do you know how wrong that is?
That is totally wrong because you're charging regular customers to upload a song,
Exactly.
and they're not paying royalties for it.
Exactly. So pretty much, yeah, they require them every time they upload a song to pay for it. And of course, taking advantage of the young people because you
Yep.
know a lot of young people play these type of games. So taking advantage, like, oh, I want to upload this song to the thing, and just like uploading it, not knowing, probably using their parents' card. Who knows?
Yeah, because they don't know. They're just
Exactly,
they're like,
they
all right,
don't.
look, I'll just go
I'm
and
not
upload.
blaming the kids. I'm just saying. It's
Yeah,
a
well,
robot.
blame anybody to just upload a song and being charged for it. You just think the company itself got it covered. They think that when you upload and pay a service,
you got the royalties, right? You're paying the royalties.
yeah,
whatever.
They,
you're good.
and then not even that. Like it's the ignorance. They don't know.
Yeah.
People play Roblox and upload and pay for it. They don't know. They just think
Exactly.
that the company takes care of it, and come to realize they didn't take care of it. That's a problem.
Exactly. So the NMPA president, David Israel.
I'm glad you write these things down because I hit it and I put it into the notes, but the notes are in my phone in which you see my face right now, so I can't really look at it much. I wish I could kind of sync it.
So
but-
yeah, the president, he's the one who's in charge of this lawsuit. He's the one who's saying that millions of dollars have been required by the users to upload these musics by the users are paying Roblox all this money. So and then some of the artists that are getting affected by this, they mentioned Ariana Grande,
big names.
Imagine Dragons, Ed
Big names.
Sheeran, Deadmau5, Rolling Stones, and companies like Abisco Music Records, Big Music Records, yeah,
Not to
Big
make
Machine Music.
not to make fun of you
Yeah.
and catch you. Say that one more time. Read the list off again.
I messed up.
I
I
th-
know I did.
I think you did. Look at your embarrassing face. Read the names again.
Oh, the companies?
No, the artists.
Oh, I said Ariana Grande, Imagine Dragons, Ed Sheeran, Deadmau5.
Yeah, who?
Deadmau5? Is that?
Mouse.
Mouse. Okay. Sorry.
Thank you.
And Rolling
It's one of those things that
Stones.
when somebody says something kind of weird, you're like, we need to
then-
correct that before we can move forward.
And then companies, BoP Music Records, Big Machine Records,
Yep.
Concord Music Group, all seeking damages. And even some of the individual artists are suing Roblox themselves. Deadmau5 is the one.
Let's
Yes,
look that up again.
is one of those artists that's doing that too. And they're trying to get damages
Because
and
he's in
looking-
tune to the gaming world too. So
Yeah.
he understands. That's why he's like, I'm going after them. Others, you're like, oh, they're doing it? Okay. Most of the artists don't really have control. It's just the publishers to sue because they're
Well,
legally
that's why the guy,
getting their
David,
music.
is in charge of doing that.
Yeah. Well,
He's in charge of
Ariana
it.
Grande probably don't know what the hell's happening, but their publisher and their company does. Hence,
exactly.
they go about chasing.
Exactly.
But Deadmau5, he did some gaming too, so he's already hip to the situation. So,
So
when
he
he found out
knows.
Roblox is doing it, he said, no, they got to pay me.
Exactly.
Pay me directly.
Yes, pretty much they want damages for Roblox exploitation of music and licenses. They pretty much, that's what they want their money for.
Yeah, royalties.
Royalties, yeah.
And the fact that you violated and made money off of it, bro, I need my cut.
Exactly. So that's why they're asking
Can't
200
use my
million.
likeliness. Like, come on, dude.
So we'll see how this goes. This is
all.
also just a beginning thing, so I'm sure in the coming weeks we'll know more details
Yeah.
on the situation and what happened.
I mean, it won't drag out like Epic vs. Apple.
Oh, it won't.
But it is something that a company should be doing.
No. I don't like when companies do things like this.
Oh, shady as hell.
Shady.
Shady as hell.
Shady.
All right, let's get into another one. Facebook Gaming. Hit me to that. What's happening with that?
So, there's some, like I said, some stipulations with this, but Facebook announced because Facebook wants people to go to their platform to do their gaming.
Which is very hard because Facebook has been trying so much different stuff. It looks like it's an Android iOS. And
Well,
I'm
that's
not,
the thing.
I'm not hating on
That's
Android,
why a
but I'm
lot
saying
of
it's very,
people-
very fragmented.
That's why a lot of people don't like it because of the interface. The interface is bad.
It's trash.
It's bad.
The only interface that's great is Instagram. Because Instagram was created
Exactly. So
separately, and then Facebook bought it and kept it separate.
So pretty much what's the situation is that for the next 2 years, anyone who subscribes...
Hold on. keep talking right now. I'm gonna go show my kid a brand new game.
So for the next 2 years, anyone who subscribes to a subscriber, let's say like $5 to subscribe to a thing, similar to like what Twitch is and all that, the creator will get 100% of that profits to them. Other companies like Twitch and YouTube or something like that, they usually take like 30 to 50% of the person's subscription in order to be able to make money for them. For Facebook, for the next 2 years is going to offset that. Now, there is a little stipulation with that. They said they're only going to offset, the 30% or whatever off of people who buy subscriptions through PCs. So that means if you do it through the phone, they're still going to charge you. What they said is, though, they're going to be charging less percentages that Twitch and YouTube would charge for the subscriptions, not just the Facebook one. So now they're going to do that. It's $4.99 a month for a subscription. It's going to start August 21st. And pretty much how this works is, in order to even make the money, you need to have 10,000 followers or 250 plus return viewers of the thing to even qualify for the Facebook money. You need to get those. Plus, you need to have 50,000 post engagements or 180,000 watch time in order to even get monetized for the Facebook thing. So Facebook's a little more stricter than all the other companies. I guess because they have to do it a certain way that they have to focus on that, and that's why they do it differently. But they're saying they're winning because now they're not taking it, but it's literally only for people who buy subscriptions through the PC. So they're trying to do this to target Apple because with Apple, especially with Facebook, they have to still charge because Apple charges Facebook to use their apps, right?
If they're adding in purchases
like
purchases,
the subscription thing.
30%.
That's what I'm saying.
Which we gotta wait until Epic vs. Apple to happen to see if that gets lowered or diminished.
But Facebook, that's why they can't do that on phones and stuff because companies like Apple, they have to charge the 30%, so they have no choice in the matter. But if they do it through the PC by the thing, Facebook users for the next 2 years will get 100% of their profits.
Wow. That's a really big deal.
So it's really cool, but the thing is, it's only for PC. How much people use their PCs like that anymore?
Especially for Facebook.
Exactly.
So that's going to be hard to penetrate.
Exactly. That's why it's
This
like...
will be hard to penetrate only because PC for a mobile-centric social media platform to dive into gaming on PC only.
Exactly.
The only way they're going to get that is if you get sign-on popular streamers to sign on to it and penetrate their audience, and the word of mouth spreads from there.
We'll see how that works because they haven't done that yet.
It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the situation right now. It's pretty cool that they're doing that. It's just weird how limited it is, especially with the thing. But like I said, I understand, but it's still kind of weird. They could have.
Hey, they're trying it, and let's hope that maybe something that the big competitors can figure out. And
we'll see. Yeah, because Twitch charges a lot for that thing. Like for each sub, they take like 30%.
Yeah. Which off the they should reduce it. But I get it.
Why they do it.
We're not there to make and generate right then and there and find out the impact.
We're not there yet. We're not there. We're not at that point yet.
Not even there yet. We just don't know how it penetrates.
Exactly.
Like we don't get it.
So that's pretty much that situation.
But it's a good thing for introduction for those that are afraid to dive into the Facebook ecosystem of gaming, because we all know Facebook is everywhere. So
it's not as popular as all the other things. But
but it's you're reluctant to do it because the only thing I feel that Facebook is carrying on is Instagram, and they're injecting Instagram to Facebook at a slow pace. Yeah, they own the company. So it's like once Instagram is game over and it's called Facebook, I don't think Facebook's name is going to, even if they try to rename it, it's not going to be.
Yeah, because not a lot of people use Facebook. Like younger people use Facebook.
Yeah. And that's why they try to make it as modern as possible.
Yeah, because a lot of younger people TikTok. Twitch,
Snapchat.
YouTube, Snapchat,
Yep.
Instagram, like all those type of things.
Which Facebook owns, so they did something right by purchasing that and kept it the way it
but
is.
people on Facebook, it's usually more like an older crowd.
Yeah, millennials. now.
Millennial, yeah. It's
We're
like,
getting all boomerish and stuff. Oh.
don't say. Oh, I am not no boomer. Don't even say that. I am not a
Oh, I'm
boomer.
about to get a cane through Amazon Prime shipping, 2-day free shipping.
Throw the can at your head anytime I'm old again.
My back hurting. My back hurting. You know, but good for Facebook.
Yeah,
At least it's a good way.
it's
you know,
it's interesting.
when they introduced their
Facebook gaming?
streaming
Yeah.
gaming thing, we're like, bro, stop. And then when they start getting nosy between the Epic versus Apple fight, I'm like, okay. It looks like you got some testicular fortitude going. Okay. Or some enlarged ovaries. It's fine. Okay. And now they're doing this. It's a good look. Let's see who's going to dive into it. Let's see if it's
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
worth it. Another one. What else we got here?
Let's see.
Let's talk quick about the festival that you wanted to speak
Oh
on.
yeah, this was very interesting that they showed this. So I definitely wanted to talk about this. There's a Tribeca Film Festival, which is another film festival. They usually show a lot of like indie type of movies, like
Yeah.
very like indie, very artsy type of films. Like the films that don't have like the biggest of budgets that critics love, you know, those type of movies. So
That is not really popular yet.
exactly.
The critics love, and you're like, damn.
It's like cult classics,
Yeah.
like cult hits, like a certain niche of people like those type of movies. That's
Yeah.
what it is. So now, Tribeca Film Festival is going to have a game section now. So they're going to have like, you know, Tribeca Game Festival, which they started this year, and they had it actually today, and they showed some games. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about them because all these games are very like artistic games, and they're very different looking games, which I freaking love. The first one that got me excited was a game called Signalis, and it's directed by one of my favorite movie directors, Guillermo del Toro.
Ah,
So it looks like it's going to be. They only showed like a little
Heavyweight.
What?
heavyweight.
Heavyweight. He's literally one of my favorite directors of all time. So it's pretty much, they only showed a little trailer. It looks like the graphics on it looks amazing. Like it's cell shaded, but like very dark cell shaded type of thing. It looks like it's going to be like a horror / action type of game, which looks really, really good. And I'm actually pretty excited about that one. But it's like, they haven't shown a release date because it's still in very, very early work. But of course, they had to show a game like that because it shows that it's, you know, a very artsy looking game, because it is. It looks very like one of those like artsy type of games. Another game which they showed, which I know you know this game because this is one of the games that I'm excited for, and I think you are too. Kena.
Yes.
Bridge of Spirits. It was
Yes.
also in this
Yes.
too, because obviously,
Yeah,
the
that's going to
game-
be a tough game.
The game looks like a freaking Pixar movie.
It does.
It literally looks like a Pixar
Yep.
movie.
You're playing Pixar. You're
It's
playing
like,
a
it looks
Pixar
like
movie.
a Pixar movie, and
It's
they
so
showed,
cool
they
and so
showed the
cute
tra-
and so
you
fluffy
know
and
what's
stuff.
awesome about it too, which I loved? They were showing like some of the main like developers of the game. They're brothers. So they're brothers like getting together making a game.
That's cool.
That's
man.
really
That's
cool.
synergy
I was
right
like,
there. That's
oh
cool.
my God.
That's like us doing the podcast.
It was just like,
Oh,
it was really cool that they showed that. But yeah, they showed the trailer. The game looks amazing, and they also showed that you'll be able to control these little black creatures. They're adorable. They kind of remind me of Pinkman. You know
Yeah.
Pinkman. They kind of remind you. You'll be able to control it to like grab stuff, and you can make it form into like a little monster to be able to like fight enemies and stuff like that. Oh my God. They said they're gonna have over 45 minutes of animated like cutscenes and stuff like that. So it looks like a freaking movie.
that's
Like you're
cool,
literally
man.
playing the thing, and it looks awesome because the creatures you fight, they look fantastic. The graphics, like the scenery, you're in the woods type of thing, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, that's a game that I'm like. It's one of those games where Horizon is nice, it's cool, but then if I want something of a platformer but unique at the same time that looks good,
And it
even though it's animated, Kenna.
And it comes out in August, so it comes out pretty soon.
Oh, what date?
11th, if I remember correctly.
Oh man, now my birthday. Dang it.
It looks awesome, and I'm excited for this game. I think this is an indie game, so it probably won't have a physical release, which is, I guess, fine. But I'm playing that game day one. I'm getting that game day one.
Yeah, I think I might. I think I might.
It looks really like it looks like literally. If you saw the new trailer, it looks like you're playing a Pixar game, and I love it.
I'm gonna check out the new trailer. I
Yeah,
mean,
check out.
we would totally play it now, but unfortunately,
It's not out yet.
yeah, it's not out yet.
And then another game called Norco. This game just looks so different. Like I haven't even seen a game that looks like this. It looks like it's like a mixture of extremely pixelated, like back in the day, like almost like Nintendo type of graphics,
Really?
mixed with 3D backgrounds, mixed in like in a western type of desert land area.
Okay.
What's his name? Norman Reedus? Reedus? The guy who was supposed, that guy who plays the Death Stranding character. I think it's like Norman Reedus.
Yeah, Revis. I think.
Reedus, yeah. Norman Reedus, yes. He's voicing one of the characters in the game, and the game looks fantastic from the looks of it.
Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus, that's it. Okay, I knew it was something like that. He's the one who introduced the game, and it's like the game looks pretty like unique looking. I'm not sure it'll be my type of game because it looks like it's one of those like visual novel type of games. So it's not like no real gameplay. It's all like story driven based, and like I'm not the biggest fan of like desert western looking type of things, but it looks very cool looking. I will admit that, and the graphics look very different. So that's what I like about it. If you want to look it up, it's called Norco, Norco.
Okay.
It looks pretty cool. Now this one got me excited because I'm a huge fan of stop motion animation. Huge fan of stop motion animation. Skull Monkey is one of my favorite games. I don't know if you know the Leica series, like Coraline. One of my favorite movies. But this game, it's called Harold Halibut. The whole game is pretty much being used with stop motion, along with the stop motion, like those little clay dolls type of thing.
What happened?
I was, those like clay things that
Yeah.
When you stop, stop motion.
The stop motion, yes.
Yeah,
Like Caroline?
Exactly.
Yeah, because I read that. I was like, ooh, that's pretty cool. Before a game?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like a story Caroline. It takes
Caroline
place-
is a movie. by
Yeah,
the
it's
way,
one of my
guys.
favorite movies. It's
Yeah.
very creepy, but it's
Every little
so
thing
good.
every little movement that you see within the actual movie itself was moved. So like, film.
These movies
film,
take forever
film.
to film.
Film. Throughout the whole, it makes you appreciate the damn movie and the damn
So
game.
they did a whole game based off that kind of style.
That's crazy, man.
They did that, but they also did motion capture to get the
Yeah,
face
yeah.
and stuff because they have to
Yeah.
be realistic to game. But the graphics in it looks fantastic. Like I have to show you this one later, Tony. But
Yeah.
this one looks fantastic, and I love it. It's going to be one of those like. Have you heard of, like the Sam and Max games, like the Telltale game? It's a very story-driven, like kind of like adventure game, but it also has elements of sci-fi in it, which is what I love about it too. It looks fantastic, and I'm personally excited about it. And another one they showed, it's called Sable, which is it reminded me of, remember the game Journey?
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of that, graphic wise too. So it's very cell shaded, but like not like typical cell shaded, more like kind of like pastel, kind of brushstroke cell shaded.
Okay.
The game looks great. It looks like it's gonna be like a really chilled out adventure type of game. So I'm excited about that one. And then another one, Lost in Random. It reminds me of Tim Burton. It reminds me of something Tim Burton would do, like Nightmare
Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas,
Yep.
things like that. It literally reminds me of that, like the character designs, the way it looks. This one didn't have a full trailer of it because it's still in the very early works on it. But, oh my God. I just love the way that looks. And that one's going to be more of like an action type of side-scroller type of game. Kind of reminded me of like Jack and Daxter, the way like the battles go and stuff like that. But the graphics look like pretty crazy looking graphics. And I love it because it has like a very cartoony looking, but also like realistic looking too. So it's like a mixture of the two. And then this one, I don't know if you remember this one. They showed this off, I think it was last year or the year before. 12 minutes. Remember that one?
Minutes, no.
So it's a game that basically it takes on a bird eye view, so it's like a top view, and it's an adventure type of game, and pretty much something serious happened. I don't want to ruin the story or anything like that. That you learned within the first 12 minutes, you have to go back and try to do things differently in order to try to fix the problem. Rinse and repeat until you fix the issue. It's a very different game.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very like I never even heard of a game
Well,
like
it's better
this.
than Returnal, right?
Yeah, I know, right? But it looks
At least it's got at least a limit. And then you go ahead and you know when 12 minutes is up, you know that it's up.
it looks very different, but I'm actually I definitely want to try. This one's also another Xbox exclusive,
Okay, that's good.
and it's gonna be on Steam also, but it's gonna be a console exclusive on Xbox. And then the last one I want to talk about. This one looks really cool. It's called The Big Con. It takes place in the 90s.
Okay.
It's about this teenage girl whose mother owns a video shop, and the video shop is about to close down unless she pays $97,000.
Oh my God.
So it's your job to go into the mall and other places and con people for money to be able to pay off your
Well, that's
mom's
terrible.
debt. It's like the graphics.
How did I?
look
Okay,
awesome.
hold on. Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa.
I know, it's like weird. I know.
Whoa. Okay. Why is the mother in debt?
Because I guess she has a video store, and I guess it wasn't doing well. So they didn't go into too much detail on the reason why, but they didn't go into.
I just want to know why you automatically got to con people. What's the time frame to pay off the debt?
I think they give her a week.
Oh man, she gotta swindle people for 7 days. That's crazy.
That's
a terrible
stuff that
concept. What are you trying to teach these damn kids, yo?
Basically, what you do
The
with
hell's
the
wrong
game
with y'all?
is you pickpocket people, con people to
$97,000.
I still have no idea how they play on doing all that, but the game looks fun. It does, and the graphics looks very like. Have you played the Scott Pilgrim game?
I've seen it. Never
It
played
kind of reminds me of that graphic-wise.
Okay.
But it looks pretty cool. I like the way the graphics are. I don't know if I'll play this game because I don't know if I'll be into
You
it.
know, I don't think I would want to play the game knowing that I didn't learn how to con people.
But it looks
And
interesting.
those that are very like influenced by that type of game, they want to go ahead and try to do those con activities in real life. I don't think I'm down for that.
But yeah, so those were the games that were showed. It was like an hour-long thing. They
Okay.
had like big details and all that. It was pretty cool that they had this, and I like the fact they do this because these are more like indie /
Yeah.
artsy type of games. Like, and I definitely have to show you some of the trails and some of these. You're gonna like. I think you're gonna like. Some
I think
of them.
once we conclude, we should probably play a couple just to check it out
Exactly.
because I didn't know about this. So you hit me to this is very
Exactly.
newsworthy. And at the same time, more appreciative into the gaming world.
Exactly. I want to make sure because I like to talk about things that I would think would be important for other people to play. Because I'm not just like Call of Duty, God of War.
Yeah, you want to make
like,
sure everybody understand the gaming community as a whole.
Exactly.
That it's not just more than
It's not
just
AAA titles only.
AAA title,
It's not only AAA.
raging explosions. There's
No.
like for one, the game Flower for PlayStation Network
I
that
love
came out.
that
That was
game.
random. Random.
It's just a chill ass.
But it was a chill ass flowing a flower
just
through the garden
floating
type deal.
around, yeah.
And that's very appreciated to the point that it ended up being free on Valentine's Day. So it's like you got to appreciate those things, and to have that as the aspect within the gaming is great. It's not always Call of Duty. It's not like the flower gets gunned down by RPG. Battlefield 7. Flowers and the blossoms.
Exactly.
none of that.
It's good to have games like that. It's like a variety of games to be released. I just wish indie titles get a little more love than they usually get.
So because it's not gaming without mentioning, unfortunately, Fortnite.
Of course.
Fortnite has introduced their invasion season, I think it's season 7, which included the rumor of UFOs and aliens.
Yep, you'll be able to control the little space saucers.
The reason why, and me personally, the reason why they announced this, because this year has been a whole talk of leaked documents from the Department of whatever.
And they actually said it was real. They actually said, "Oh no, they're real." They said that. I was like, "What?"
Look, yeah. So there's a lot of I don't
exactly,
know.
like what?
When they released that, a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, this is all real." Man,
I don't buy anything.
I'm still
I like
gonna.
I like proof.
Yeah, look, I told my boy, and shout out to Vinny the Rage. I told him, if I see 11 or 12 feet alien just come from the sky and just eat alive one of the human siblings in front of my face, then I think we're in deep shit. I am no longer in this earth, and I'll run for my life.
Yeah,
But he probably would
exactly.
smell me from a mile away, and I'll die from that alien thing. But like when I see these images and and I get it, there's government documents, but like it's been hip this year, so why not hop on the opportunity? A lot of people think it as subliminal messaging as conditioning. Okay, could be, but then again, it's called a money grab. Fortnite at this point, if you don't think about it, it's like money, it's a cash cow.
Yeah.
Whatever's hot, they'll put on.
Exactly.
LeBron controversy with all that BS. Guess what? You got a 3v3 Space Jam edition basketball Fortnite with LeBron James. You got what's his name? Neymar in Brazil with soccer. You got him as a skin. You know, just like Call of Duty with the Die Hard and the Rambo. Whatever sounds cool, add something old school and make it great. UFOs clearly, and that's a great way for them to introduce whatever. But what was funny is, as you can see in the picture, Rick and Morty's features on it, which is hilarious. I thought maybe it looked, based on how the graphic looked, it looked like he was just plugged in. But no, that's the actual graphic, which we kind of talked about, like the cell shaded type
Which is pretty cool
type
that
of
they did that.
type of cartoon type of look in the game. Only Rick and Morty are that
Yeah.
design. Everything else is just Fortnite.
And also, who's going to be in there too? Because obviously the alien thing, Superman's also going to be in there too. They're adding him in there too.
Yeah, so it's
because
like-
the alien, because he's an alien.
You know what's funny though? I thought he was always in Fortnite. Wasn't he?
No,
You sure?
positive. They just released him just now
I
because
thought
of
he
the
was.
alien thing.
It's so weird. But yeah, just that was a quick funny thing because I only seen it because of the Rick and Morty. Rick. To have him on, I was like, that's hilarious.
I'm excited for the new season. It comes out next week,
Next week,
the 20th.
the wife watched one video of when he was Pickle Rick. She couldn't believe how bloody it is. I'm like, damn, we shouldn't be watching this. But he was ginsuing everybody.
I freaking love
He
the
molded
show.
his whole
I'm
body
obsessed
to a
with
rat
that show.
body, like just hooking it up. I'm like, oh my God. So for me to follow it, I have to wait until she sleeps so I can watch a 30-minute episode of Rick and Morty. And if it's really, really hilarious, I'd be like, baby, you gotta watch this. Because she knows that it's popular because it was Pickle Rick, and all of a sudden we seen the Pringles canister of Pickle Rick. They made a promotion. Szechuan sauce with McDonald's was so poppin'.
And
Like,
new season's coming up next week.
yeah, so it's like it's very, very mature audience type of popular.
Obviously.
So why not, you know? So hopefully this season I gotta still catch up because I watched when Hulu was when they had Rick and Morty on Hulu. I
It's all
watched
on Hulu.
season
It's
one,
on- it's-
but I don't have Hulu.
Oh
But-
no, it's on HBO Max actually.
Really?
Yeah, I think Rick and Morty's on HBO Max. I think it is.
Oh, about the
Because Cartoon Network has their stuff on HBO Max.
Yeah, you might be right. Yep.
I think it
yeah,
is.
because no, that's Comedy Central. That's South Park.
No, I
How
think
much
Cartoon
seasons
Net-
South Park has, bro? That's ridiculous.
I like South Park. Shut up.
She loves South Park too, and I'm like, damn, that's so much episodes.
Well, they've been on since 1997. We've been watching it since I was watching it since I was a kid.
Yeah. She watched it. She remembers the old ones. I'm like, damn, they got some new ones.
You never watched it really, did you?
Not really. No.
I was
I watched the
obsessed.
most popular ones.
Yeah,
You
I was
clearly
watching-
watched a lot.
Every
of it.
time it came on, I watched it. So and I've been watching since the beginning, and now I'm still watching it. To
And
this
our
day.
parents didn't give a shit.
No, because my dad.
All that maturity shits.
Because my dad. I've been
Our
watching horror
dad.
movies since I was 4.
Yeah, I know. And I was scared shitless with was it Gremlins?
Gremlins, yeah.
When they turn all
Oh,
evil, I'm like, oh, get away from me! And ran away.
For me, it's like I've been watching horror movies since 4. So our parents didn't care what we watched.
They didn't. But man, they should have, because South Park is crazy bad.
And
And
fucked
then
me
Family
up.
Guy came through. Family Guy was great.
Family Guy.
I love Family Guy. From time to time, I put it on YouTube just to see the old school
Well,
episodes.
they have the
and
new,
then
they
ones.
still have the new ones, which I still watch. It's on
I know.
Hulu,
I
so
think
it's-
it's just so blah now.
I
It's
still
just,
catch up
it's
on
not. When it first came out, it was like, what they're gonna do next. Now it's just like they could totally do it and it'll be funny.
Yeah,
you know?
it's not as good. I will admit
Yeah,
that it's not
yeah,
as good.
it's not.
I still watch it though because I just like. I
You know
felt
what
like
I want to
have
watch that I want to get nostalgia from is Robot Chicken.
I think a new
They
season's
still-
coming up soon.
Yeah, they still do that thing, and I like to have those. I don't know what you call those clips because Seth Green had it. It's like a punchline. So, man,
Parody.
yeah, a parody, but like, all right, with Keebler with the Cookie Monster,
Oh, God,
like
I
that
love
blend. Okay, Robot Chicken, Keebler, Cookie Monster. Back that fudge, Johnny! Back that fudge! That was great. What do you call it? The funny one, ponies,
Oh.
the Death Pony, and I am Death Pony.
Oh, he can't hear. I
No,
don't think that's what.
No. He goes. So what is he saying? Oh, the poor thing can't hear. And then he said,
No, that's
no, that's Death Pony.
that was funny. Oh, he can't hear.
Yeah. That punishes all our sins. That's terrible. That's such a terrible thing. So those type of punchline type of segments were great, and I hope Robot Chicken still continues that. But
Oh, they
I
do.
lost.
I
lost track
I
of
still
it.
follow it.
Really?
Yeah, they still have those. It's still Robot Chicken, in my opinion, is still funny.
Yeah. I think the funniest one that me and the wife love, and it's still a staple to this day until we die, is Gummy Bear. I'm so happy because I'm a gummy bear. Gummy bear. This screams. Oh, you mother. Eat your leg. Oh, well, this was great. It was great, man. That was great. But yeah, man. So very quick with that Fortnite. That was, it was
Yeah.
really cool with the invasions with Fortnite. That's pretty cool.
I think that's it. So I think we should get into our E3 predictions and stuff.
Yes, and we're gonna end it with E3. We're not gonna have an image for this, but we're gonna do our E3 predictions.
Because E3 is tomorrow, starting tomorrow officially, and
Ubisoft will be shown first, right?
Yeah. So what do you think they're gonna show on Ubisoft? You think
Well, clearly, Assassin's Creed.
they show them?
They might show off something with a new Watch Dogs. Probably more remastered for the Xbox Series
or
X
they
and the
might,
PlayStation
or they might
5.
have nothing more downloadable content because Watch Dogs 3 didn't come out that long ago.
Yeah. No, Watch Dogs Legion.
Legion. Sorry, I call it 3 because it's pretty much 3. but
Yeah.
Legion,
But nobody's excited for Watch Dogs, to be honest with you.
No, so they're probably.
They have to come up with something different. Maybe another UFC game. Maybe a Rayman might show off nice with the PlayStation 5 and Xbox
I
Series
want
X.
a freaking Splinter Cell game.
I do too.
Like an actual Splinter Cell game, not an action game, like an actual stealth Splinter Cell game. That's what I want. Make it happen.
Yes. Splinter Cell.
But I also would like a Rayman game too.
No, Splinter Cell. If they could come up with the Splinter Cell with that voice near the end, just like what Jeff Keighley did with Elden Ring, just have that one person, the commander or whatever his name is, and then Sam Fisher responds.
I swear to
Yo,
God,
that would be
if they did that,
crazy.
that would be crazy.
That would be crazy if it just goes da-da-da, Sam Fisher, be like da-da-da-da, done. That's it. I don't even care if it comes out this year. Come out next year. I don't care.
I just want to know it's coming. It could come next year. I'm
Yep.
fine with that.
It
I
can
just
come
want
next
to know
year.
it's
It's fine.
coming.
I want to know it's there, and I want to make
I
it
want to know
a
they're
good
working
trailer.
on it, and that's all I care
Because
about.
you know the game is popular when all you hear is the night vision go on.
Sam Fisher.
Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. It could be totally like remade.
I'm okay with
Even
the
that
remake.
would be exciting.
I'm okay with the
to
remake.
get the new breeds to understand what
Why we
this
freaking
person
love
does
this game.
for a living. You know what I mean? So I would love to have it. You know what? Yeah. Yes. Boom. Remaster of the Splinter Cell original. I'm not even asking for a big, huge, from the ground up, regular Splinter Cell game. Something of a remaster. That's fine. Make it look good. Keep it the same voice actor, everything.
And obviously, they're going to have a Just Dance game, which I'm excited about because I love those games. I'm kind of curious what kind of music they're going to have on it, though. But other than that, I think that's it for Ubisoft, I would think, right? Unless they're gonna announce a new IP.
They don't make Rainbow. They make
Oh,
Rainbow,
Rainbow
6.
Six.
Some more data of the more trailer,
Of
more showing off of
Extraction.
Extraction.
Not Quarantine anymore. It's Extraction now.
Yes, it was Quarantine. Now it's Extraction.
Yes.
And it looked kind of gimmicky to me, but then it looks still solid because Rainbow Six do go in. Very
but
strategic.
with this game, you know it's not going to be like too realistic. You're in a post-apocalyptic world where you're fighting zombies, like creatures, like and with like toxic and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well,
So it looks different. So because you know how Rainbow Six games are more realistic and stuff.
more realistic and like simulation of like squad based
Exactly.
gameplay.
This one's actually more fantasy based now. So we'll see how that will work.
Well, a part of me doesn't want them to tarnish their own namesake.
We'll see.
This might end up being a dud because they're trying too hard to adapt to the masses.
Exactly.
Keep it the way it should be. Like Battlefield 6. And they're online only. I thought it was going to come with a campaign.
Yeah, I
It did
can't
not.
believe.
But then it's not the first time they did it, though. They did the same
But
thing,
that's
too.
you're paying $70 for an online only game,
Yeah.
multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Don't you feel hurt by that?
Nope, because I love Battlefield.
I guess. But
Compared to what I've been with
as soon as
Call
I
of Duty
saw
every year,
that, I was
I'm
like, "There's
down.
memes about it. It's like freaking
Yeah.
like $70." Like I was laughing.
Yeah, because, I mean, to be honest with you, now they're seeing the value and knowing that Warzone is already free regardless of what Call of Duty you have. It kind of makes you wonder, what are you trying? It's EA!
That's
Of course
why I'm
you're
not
gonna do
shocked,
it.
Of course. And I know you're gonna get it because you love Battlefield.
Yes, it's been waiting 3 years. About 3 years.
Yeah.
That's the one thing with Battlefield. It takes a while.
But they
and then
make
it comes
'em
out.
good.
And then they make them good. And it lasts. But I hope it lasts. And because it's multiplayer, it might phase out quick. Because that means they have to be gun-ho onto making it fresh. Mm-hmm. It's only so much you can do, in my opinion, to make a first-person battle royale type of thing. But then again, it is just regular multiplayer too. It's not just a battle royale. They don't even have that.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably why a lot of people are pissed off because it's not a free-to-play. You have to pay for something that doesn't even have a battle royale. Only a multiplayer. And that's probably why they're charging. It's like because we're only giving you a dedicated service for this online gameplay and only these playlists. Not just a random people drop it and play. Or maybe they might release the online free version of Battle Royale, Battlefield 6, after people spend for Battlefield 6. Not Battlefield 6, Battlefield 2042.
Yeah, 2042. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the game looked delicious, though.
So, let's go to Microsoft now. What do you think they're gonna show?
A lot. And a lot meaning what Bethesda has in stock, because you got to remember, it's not just Xbox
Well,
anymore.
obviously it's gonna be Bethesda.
It's Bethesda blending in with Xbox. And it would suck if Xbox does not show off any Bethesda. It would be stupid if they don't. But remember, it was Bethesda, hour and a half, and then Microsoft, Xbox, an hour and a half. Now they got to blend it in for about hour and a half to 2 hours.
It's an hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
They already said it's gonna be
So-
an hour and a half.
Show off more gameplay. Show off new exclusive Bethesda, maybe a new IP,
I'm assuming
courtesy of the
Star
acquisition.
is it Starland? Star World?
Starlink,
Star-
Star something.
Star
I don't know.
something. They're
Star
gonna sh-
something.
they're gonna-
We still don't even know.
Starfield.
Starfield.
They're gonna show
Finally.
that. They're
Took us
gonna show
about like 2
gameplay.
weeks to know the damn name.
They can show gameplay of that. I'm assuming. Probably another teaser of Skyrim, the new Elder Scrolls game.
Yep.
It's not called Skyrim. That's
Yeah,
the
because
last
the
one.
reason why Microsoft spoke on their vision for the future as far as getting people to play the games on every different platform is only because they're going to focus on games during the conference. And because Bethesda is a part of it, there's going to be a lot of games to be shown off. What about Fallout?
I don't know if they'll show Fallout because I think it's too soon for Fallout. Honestly, if
With
they're
the
gonna
acquisition, surprise acquisition, I don't think so. I think they'll show off something and not come out for the next 3 years.
You think? I don't think so. I don't know. I just don't think. I don't think they'll announce one.
Fallout, some form of somewhat of a trailer will be out, but it will not come out until the next 2 years because they need to take advantage of the Xbox Bethesda ownership.
Obviously, they'll show Halo. Hopefully, a good-looking trailer this time. I'm sorry, that other trailer was awful. Sorry, not sorry.
Let's not forget Halo Infinite. They might show another trailer, maybe a release date.
Maybe.
Hopefully, it looks better.
I'm trying to think of other Xbox games.
It sucks because we're
the
thinking
new
Bethesda
Fable
the whole
game,
entire
they
time,
might
but we're
show-
not even thinking about Xbox and the actual sole Halo provider. You know, like we're not even thinking about that.
They might show the new Fable game.
They could
They
show another
teased,
Fable
they,
game.
they teased it last time, so
Yep.
this time they might show more gameplay.
So they could show that.
What else?
Me personally, with these conferences, I really love to show their next moves in their technology. But because they kind of showed it off, they already said it.
They're gonna focus on games.
I feel like they're not going to show anything of it.
I'm trying to
But
think
I
what
want
other-
them to. Battlefield 6, they said they're going to show off some gameplay through the Xbox conference
So you
because
wanna see
EA
that?
Play will not be shown until July. So yes, I do want to see it. We all know the release date is October 22nd for Battlefield 6. That's a Google search away. But I feel that it's going to take a while. Maybe EA might show a 20-minute Battlefield 6 type of gameplay then, but maybe like a minute and a half for the Xbox. Nothing too epic.
Yeah.
What else?
So I'm trying to think. What does Xbox else have?
Sea of Thieves.
New.
Fable. Sea of Thieves.
I already said Fable. Sea of Thieves maybe a new DLC.
Oh, maybe another Gears.
Oh, I forgot about Gears.
Could be Gears. Another Gears of some sort.
What about Forza?
Every year.
Yeah.
It's to the point that you already know what's going to come out.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else.
So Forza 8.
What else? What does Xbox have?
Well, we just named the first party titles. What about any third parties that might come out that's surprising?
I'm trying to think. Maybe an RPG.
You know what would blow my mind? Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 was shown off. That would blow my balls off. This
No,
this
don't
is made for
forget,
kids, but
we still
my
got
whole
Square, we
testicles
still
would be
got the
just
Square Enix
splattered
conference.
at that.
We
if
still
that-
got the Square Enix conference, so.
Oh shit! When is that? That's yeah,
after Xbox.
yeah. I totally forgot about that. I thought it was like the Saturday or like Monday to. That's 3:15. Yeah. So no.
Exactly.
But see, okay, maybe I might be right because Square Enix presenting, they're gonna show off just like regular games, yo. Nothing too.
Well, they did say they have a surprise from Square
From what?
Enix at their studio. One of their studios is making a new IP. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But they did say they were going to announce it.
So here's the thing. Marvel Avengers
Well, we know
for Square Enix. Square Enix, which we're gonna do live again too. That's at 3:15
Yes.
Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna do that live. We gotta get food. Now that I thought about that, I totally forgot. I totally thought it was just Xbox Bethesda for like an hour and a half. Then we got another hour.
No, I think Square Enix is not going to be an hour.
Yeah, I think it is.
Is it?
It's not 20 minutes. It's an
Well,
hour.
I thought it was like 40 minutes, but whatever.
Close. Round it up. If they show off Final Fantasy,
We'll see if part two.
I feel they are because they just released the intermission.
We'll
They
see.
just released Intergrade.
You said intermission.
It's I said it in the article. It's intermission. It's literally like Final Fantasy instead of remake. Here's a little break for you guys. Yuffie. Bam, part 2. But I feel like they're probably not. They might show it off, but maybe Yuffie, Vincent, and then part 2. That's what I think. But Square Enix, Marvel Avengers, maybe a Hitman, Just Cause. You know what they could show off for Microsoft now? I just thought about that. A new Grand Theft Auto game.
The thing is, they're gonna play Grand Theft Auto 5 until it freaking dies. I swear.
I thought the game was dead, but my God.
No,
people
they're
love
releasing a
the game.
PS5 version.
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
Xbox
So they're
Series
not.
version.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
No, they're not. No, they're not thinking
it's
about
like
it.
I want to play that because it's so. Dude, you know how long that's been out?
Since PS3. 3.
How many years?
2013.
2000. This one was a 10-year game,
Yes.
and people are getting hit from green versus purple people, beating each other up. Helicopters just exploding randomly. Gang fights,
They
gang
think
violence.
it's fun. I personally have. I got into the Grand Theft Auto games when they first came out, but then I got bored of them. Me personally.
I remember Grand Theft Auto 3. Nope.
Yeah, it was.
Was it 3?
Yeah, it was 3.
Liberty City?
Oh, that's the sequel. No,
So
Vice City is the sequel.
No, it's
Liberty's-
not. No, it's not. Hold on. There was Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2 from the top-down view.
Yeah, we never played those.
We never did. Grand Theft Auto 3 for the PlayStation 2.
Exactly, we played a lot.
That
of
was
that
Grand
one.
Theft Auto
I remember that.
Liberty City. Ride till I can't ride no more. Burn till I can't burn no more. Shine while there's no
Yes,
shine no
yes,
more.
it was
Till the
movie,
sun
yes.
don't come up no more.
But don't forget
Sun-
Vice City
It's
too.
the rail.
There
That
was
was like
one,
the
too.
illest radio station.
And then don't forget there's San Andreas too.
Yes. Then after Liberty City, then it was Vice City. And I run.
Well, it was 80s.
I
so
run
it's
so
the
far away.
And then-
Dum-dum, gotta get away.
And then it was San Andreas,
And
which
then it's
took
San
place in the
Andreas.
90s.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It took place in the 90s.
That see, those are great games. But now Grand Theft Auto 5, and it's like
It's the same.
it's so much. It's like you forgot what the story was. At least with Grand Theft Auto 3, Liberty City, that was the first time it was very 3D modeled, and you could do whatever, and parents are getting pissed off because you could do so much dirty stuff, beat up hookers and steal their money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like, oh my god. But then Grand Theft Auto Vice City came out. Oh my god, you could do the same thing, but in Miami.
And we was
then
playing
from
those
there,
games.
you could do the same thing, but in the West Coast. What?
And we would just play those games like nothing.
And we were playing them games like nothing. But the story was great. Now because multiplayer is introduced, it's like the story was like it's great and the voice acting is great, but nobody cares.
Yeah.
So I hope this new Grand Theft Auto that Xbox could show off sticks to the story.
We'll see.
What about Cyberpunk? Are they gonna do that there? Are they gonna apologize into the main screen and
They
show us
probably
another
won't.
expansion pack that is very buggy
They
as hell?
probably won't apologize, but they'll probably release a new expansion pack, maybe. But they won't apologize.
What are the ones
I'm trying to
that we
think.
could think of? What are the ones?
I don't know.
Give me another Xbox title.
There has to be more.
Psychonauts?
Oh, Psychonauts 2. They could show some new gameplay for that one.
Psychonauts too.
I forgot about that one. That's owned by Xbox, yeah.
What about anything from Rare? Perfect Dark.
They did tease one before.
Perfect
I remember
Dark.
That.
Ah,
I
okay.
forgot about that
Yes,
one.
see, you gotta get into the memory bank.
They'll probably show more gameplay
Yes.
of that one. Because that was teased during the Game
It
Awards.
was. Yep.
I remember that.
There you go. So Perfect Dark.
So there's
nailed
probably
it.
some gameplay
'Cause
for
A lot
that
of people
one.
are not really thinking about that game. Perfect Dark
Remember
might be
when that
showing off
first
for
came
more.
out to 64?
Yeah,
At
yeah,
64?
yeah, yeah.
And then the
So we got Perfect
360
Dark.
version, yeah.
What else? Panzer Dragoon?
It's not.
That's a
it's not-
Sega, right?
It's a Sega, so it's not exclusive, but maybe they might show some. But the thing is, the Panzer Dragoon remake only came out for the Switch.
Okay. So,
So that's why I don't
that's
think-
Nintendo based then.
Yeah.
What other ones that we could think of?
I think that's it.
And obviously the Bethesda catalog.
Which, yeah, we already said those already. I think that's it. Unless you can think of something else, because I can't think of anything. Because with Xbox, I'm not too. Maybe a couple of new IPs, maybe, but.
Yeah. I think that concludes our episode.
You forgot Nintendo.
Oh.
Bitch.
What are they gonna What are they gonna Okay. Zelda.
The new Breath of the Wild 2 gameplay, and
Okay.
hopefully a release date.
Bayonetta 3. Hopefully.
Hopefully. And for Smash characters, Crash Bandicoot, I would love it. I would love a Crash Bandicoot. But we'll see if that happens. But
Yeah.
I
That'd
would
be
love
cool.
it.
That'd be cool. Not like Sephiroth.
I know. Sephiroth was something else.
Yeah.
I know.
That
I
was
know.
something else. Yeah, that was something else.
But yeah, let's see what
Yeah.
else. No More Heroes 3, I would like a release date. Maybe a new Mario game, because they just released Golf recently, or it's coming
Yeah.
out soon.
Yeah.
But like an actual mainline title Mario. That would be pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Toss me one of those. I'm trying that.
maybe more gameplay of...
Not in front of everybody, but okay.
Sorry. Maybe more gameplay of the Pokemon Legends Arceus, whatever it's called. That would probably work. That would be pretty cool. Trying to think
Yeah,
of.
you're more of a Nintendo guy.
Yeah,
so.
so there's a lot I'm excited
Oh,
about.
Metroid.
We'll see, because that's what I would want Metroid, but I don't know if they're still working on it. I don't know if it's too early for that yet. But that would
Metroid.
be awesome. And the new Donkey Kong game, which was rumored, that would be pretty cool if they showed that off.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that's it for Nintendo I can think of. And probably some gameplay of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and something Pearl. That'd be pretty cool too.
Anything Yoshi or Kirby involved, you think?
Almost forgot. possibly a new Kirby game. I don't know about a
Ah.
new Yoshi game, but a possible new Kirby game.
I think Yogi would. Yogi. That'd be funny. Yogi Bear. Yoshi. Yoshi might be a part of it.
That would
So-
be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And there's also rumors that a new Mario Kart might happen.
That would surprise everybody, and that'd be a great move.
That would be a
if
great
Mario
move.
Kart, another new Mario Kart would come
Because
out.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out when the system first
Because
came
look,
out.
to be honest with you, Nintendo, I think, me personally, in my opinion, Killer Whisk opinion, okay,
Yeah, make sure it's your opinion.
this year's E3, Nintendo has been popping. So the only thing they're going to show off is the new look of the Nintendo Switch Pro and a release date. Hope there's a new Mario Party.
That would be pretty cool.
I don't think it's a mainline Mario game yet.
You don't
I'm
think?
going to be perfectly honest with you. I don't think there's going to be a new Smash character. My opinion. New Smash character. Switch Pro. Shown off. Features. Release date.
Well, there have to be something Zelda in there because
Zelda.
It's
We
the
know that.
35th
Ow,
year.
Jesus. Zelda. Metro Prime. Some form. I don't think it's going to be this year, but it'll show off. And another Mario Party of some sort. Because they don't have... I think the eyes are really on Xbox and Bethesda, to be completely honest, because that's a big ass studio that they purchased, and they want to know what the hell they're going to show up with.
Now-
so with Nintendo, they're already banking. It's Nintendo.
I mean they're
And they
already selling
have
well.
they already have their fan base. So show off a brand new console, maybe brand new accessories, with some new titles to look forward to by the end of the year.
Well, yeah,
That's
what
my
they-
opinion.
That's what they're focusing. They focus on the end of the year because they
Yeah.
don't have much major titles at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So they're going to focus on that.
So that's what I think
Yeah,
Nintendo's going to do.
we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited. So yeah, I think that's
So
it.
Ubisoft, we talked about that. Sony ain't gonna be in E3.
No.
So you're gonna hear from us every week for our podcast and going, where the hell Sony at? To be honest with you, Sony ain't got nothing really besides showing off more Horizon, God of War trailers or gameplay. There's Game Pass competitor. Their inclusion with their PlayStation Now, which is the Game Pass competitor, but PlayStation Now and the PlayStation Plus membership.
Yeah.
More VR 2.
Oh, yeah.
And what it looks like when it comes out. The controls, how it works, what's the technology. I heard the technology of that thing is going to be crisp.
It is going to be. It's from what I hear about it.
Yeah, so, yeah, who knows? We just don't. Usually Sony's on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and there's been no announcement. So to be honest with you, right next door E3 is going to start. Sony's not appearing at all for E3.
What it looks like, yeah.
And EA is not going to appear at all, and that's in July.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. This whole thing has been just...
Yeah, the E3 is going to be a
Scattered.
little weak unless Xbox really shows up, which I'm hoping they do.
If Xbox doesn't show up and just shows games and call it a day with some subtle excitements, then it's going to be a lackluster E3.
But the thing is,
But
this was the first year E3 got back and they're doing fully digital. If I'm going to be 100% honest, I'm not expecting like spectacle. I wasn't expecting that, honestly.
No.
That's how I feel.
at this point, we will expect a spectacle with VGA and now, not really concluded, but started, Gamefest. We'll see.
We'll see, like I
we'll
said.
see what E3 can
Who
do.
knows? Maybe Xbox will be the freaking best thing that's ever
I'm
been
think
in many
it's already
years.
gearing towards that because Sony is not involved this year, and Xbox has the biggest acquisition, Bethesda. My dream is if Sony comes out of nowhere, and even during the month of June for their conference, and show off exclusively with the buyout of Square Enix for something billion dollars, and show off Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 as an exclusive title to the Sony platform, I will probably go into the hospital because I will have broken heart syndrome. But not broken heart syndrome.
It won't be broken heart syndrome. You'll be
I'm
happy.
so excited that I'll be at the hospital. But I highly doubt that's going to happen because Sony's not even appearing there. So that sucks. But anywho,
Yeah.
see us live on Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Xbox Bethesda reaction live right in front of our faces, happening right then and there. Then don't leave us because we're gonna go debrief and speak on what the heck just happened. And then about another 30 minutes, 45 minutes in, we're gonna check out the Square Enix live. So that's gonna be fun. I would want to see some Final Fantasy VII remake showing off.
We'll see,
but I highly
though.
doubt it because it does seem like it's gonna be another somewhat of a Tomb Raider,
It's
Hitman,
probably gonna
Just
focus on like
Cause,
Tomb Raider,
Marvel.
those type of games. Yeah.
So they're gonna do all those types of games, but we don't know because it is SquareSoft with Enix, so Square Enix, But like, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. Hit the notification bell so you know when we go live, and especially for tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 3:15
Not tomorrow.
Eastern Standard Time. Sunday, not tomorrow. Sunday. Tomorrow, Saturday, Ubisoft will be live, but you'll see our reactions via Twitter. So follow us again. Follow us on Twitter to see our reactions and our opinions and debates if you want to get into it.
Yeah.
Because I got into it.
He ready.
6 months.
He ready.
I'm ready. 6 months to a year. Stadia, game over. And I'll be surprised if after E3, that same week, Stadia just goes, nope, we're done. And I can't wait because then my pride will be fulfilled. And then I just move on. You know what I mean? I go and go on with my predictions. But again, like, subscribe. Thank you guys for subscribing to our channel. Making sure you're tuning in. You'll see our videos within the week. So we're not sitting here being stagnant every week. We got some videos and fresh content. Again, follow us on TikTok too. Some hilarious snippets of the actual live that we have will be on TikTok as well. So Killer Whisk signing out.
Peace out, man.
What's your
Outlandish.
signing
Out now.
out?
Signing out.
You gotta do your
signing out.
deuces.